Hey, everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Alonso, Meredith, Bibbs, talking about Hulu's Marvel's Runaways, episode 5, Kingdom. Well, you know, we're closer to running away, I guess.
That's true. No, we keep like kind of, again, we had this big inciting incident and we keep focusing on it like from different angles. And I really like kind of what they've been doing the last couple episodes, because we've had people getting closer to their parents and getting further away from their parents simultaneously. We have all of these characters, and you know, it would have been so easy to just say, our parents are jerks, we're gonna run away. And honestly, I actually more and more I'm appreciating the slow build to it, because everyone does have a different relationship with their parents.
Right.
Even if it seems like you have a similar relationship with your parents with someone else, you have an entirely different series of experiences. And what's pushing these kids away from their parents is also pushing them to grow up more. And some of their parents are starting to notice that. And I really like the scene with Chase and his dad, where even though his dad is an abusive monster, they do have some connective tissue.
Well, it shows at the end that Chase just always wanted that connection with his father. I mean, that's all he's craved this entire time, as far as we know. And to see him so easily, like, oh, my dad's evil, my dad's the worst. He's murdered people, to be like, oh, he's helping me build things, and we're working together. And
he's saying supportive things.
Where you contrast that with Nico and Tina, where at the end, where Tina's like, well, you're going to find out about this anyways, and you can have it for tonight, the staff, and you just know Nico's just like, there's still something not right here.
Well, sure. Well, I think obviously the implication of you're the only other person besides me who can wield this means so was her sister.
Yes.
And look how that turned out. So you know.
Well, the topic is broached this episode, I think, more clearly than ever before. There was always like, well, maybe it wasn't what we thought it was. Well, the other question that's brought up now is maybe it is what we thought it was, but maybe we don't know the whole story, and maybe there's a good reason to murder all these teenagers.
Maybe there's an explanation for all this.
And to be fair, the kids are saying, come up with one and we'll talk about it. Like, if there is one, we can have that conversation, but what is it?
Yeah, what do you got?
So I will say, like, at this point, I have thrown everything I know about the comics out the window, because they are changing up things enough that it's exciting and new to me. So I don't want to even like compare and contrast, because we get the reveal also of who the man is.
Who the prison visitor was.
And it was Dr. Doom all along.
And Dr. Nip Tuck.
He was a better Dr. Nip Tuck than he was a Dr. Doom. But Julian McMahon, who has not aged.
I know.
Ever. Doesn't he look exactly the same as he always has?
It's because all the nip and tucking.
Oh, I get it. I get
also all the dead teenagers.
That's fun stuff.
But yeah, so we see this, and I don't know if it's going to end up the way it does with the comic books, but I'm excited because it does seem that there's more to him than meets the eye, and it makes me start questioning about Carolina's parentage. Because I don't know if former actor dad is actually her biological father.
My mother, my daughter.
Well, I suspect not. I mean, we can tell that there's something up with Carolina's genetics, and she's probably not just daughter of famous people.
Well, no, I figured
there's more going on. Like, I'm just saying he's probably the key to that. So I think that's a logical.
Well, I thought I figured the mom is an alien or whatever, and maybe she's half alien, half human, like an interesting hybrid. But I don't. I mean,
the other thing about this show, we've talked about how they had to kind of take their time to get them to the runaway part. Also, you have 6 characters whose powers you have to introduce.
Yeah.
You know, and this was sort of their big moment of bringing all that together when they are rescuing Alex.
And I noticed they even like changed when you click on it on Hulu, there's like this one little shot, and you see the same shot of the show all the time. They changed it to their big hero shot this time, so you can see them all like in the street going, "We have stuff now." And honestly, it's a bit forced. It's like on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where every couple of seasons they had to have one shot of the entire cast walking down a hallway, so they can add that new cast shot to the credits.
Or even like at the end when she ends up getting the axe. You know, and like all the vampires. Sorry, just reminding me of that. Also
no, but there's a lot of things they do in TV specifically for these sorts of reasons, like
the opening credits,
or previously on. There's a reason why people very clearly articulate the plot every once in a while,
so it can be snippeted.
Yeah, exactly. So we get that.
Speaking of this being a Hulu thing, we have to talk about the Lyft commercials with Jordan Peele and Tilda Swinton.
Wait, I'm not getting those.
What?
Well, because I'm actually a subscriber, so I don't get the commercials.
Okay.
That sounds like an awesome commercial.
There's a Lyft commercial with Jordan Peele.
Hulu, why are you keeping the good stuff from your subscribers?
That sounds
Don't
so
keep the good stuff from your subscribers.
In a capsule orbiting the moon, talking about when you're getting somewhere, you've got to go with the right people.
So Tilda Swinton is a Lyft driver, and Jordan Peele is.
They're both astronauts in this commercial, but they're both shilling for Lyft, and I'm like, what dimension am I in that Tilda Swinton is in an ad with Jordan Peele?
A great dimension.
Yeah, I pay the $5.99, so I get a smaller commercial. So I've been getting the Verizon Christmas commercial that happened to be filmed at the Glendale Mall, not the Americana, but the
Glendale Galleria.
Yeah, the Galleria. One of the days I was shopping there, so at least I got to see what blocked my shopping experience happen.
Anyway,
I need to cancel my Hulu subscription. I'm missing all this cool stuff.
But I have something.
Back to the show. I just wanted to throw that out.
I have a gripe about this week's episode. Alex and his dad Jeff.
Okay.
How is Jeff not asking Alex more questions? Jeffrey not asking Alex more questions, because the teenagers, they come up, and I get there's the display of light, but I feel like Jeffrey sees a little something, and then he goes to take care of the kid that Alex shot, but he never at any point asks Alex, like, what's going on
Well, we
here?
don't know what the parents know and don't know. I mean, obviously, Carolina's parents knew enough to put that inhibiting bracelet on her.
But I feel like there was enough instances that Jeffrey is aware that there's something up, and he's not like talking to his kid more about this, and it's.
Well, he's got his own shit to deal with.
I get it.
There's a PSA here that's just about talking to your kids.
I know.
I mean, like he kept Alex in the dark about a lot of his past, not just the murder, packed bit, but like the actual criminal past that he's had, and that is coming back to haunt him. This is not a guy whose modus operandi is being open with his kids, or with anyone else for that matter.
But even
he tried to lie to his wife.
Even the fact though that Alex shot that kid with Jeffrey's gun, you think that would pose at least where did you get that from?
Well,
I learned it from watching
you. His gun. He knows exactly where he got it from. His desk drawer.
I guess.
I mean, obviously, we also have Gert's parents not knowing that she had a psychic link with the dinosaur. So it's a mix of like they know this, they don't know that.
Well, this interesting thing going on with Alex is that all of the other kids have powers or some sort of particular skill that was very useful in a superhero kind of way. Alex is smart, but he doesn't have that. Everyone else is like picking up things from their parents. Gert is more politically minded. Nico is magical. All of these things. And Alex, what's he getting from his parent? That's something we're starting to focus on a lot. He's a bit dangerous, and he's willing to do a lot in order to accomplish what he thinks is the right.
Remains to be seen, and maybe we'll have more on that next week. We hope y'all will join us when we find out what that is. Thanks for watching.